Hello YouTube! Hey, thank you for tuning in to another Hanging with Heavy video. Today I'm going to be taking Swamp Donkey here and going out into the woods to hang a few deer stands. And a couple of people have been asking me some questions about Swamp Donkey. They want to know a little bit of information about her. Well, I tell you this, she's an older model. She's an older Argo. She's not really called Swamp Donkey, but that's what I call her. This is my name for her. As you know, I like to name almost everything I own. So Swamp Donkey is 8-wheeled Argo machine, all-terrain vehicle. She's run with a 17 horsepower V-twin motor, and she'll go just about anywhere you want her to go. But that doesn't mean that she's unstoppable by any means. However, if you put the tracks underneath of this bad boy, I got a feeling that you'd have a real hard time stopping her in just about anything that she wanted to go through. But if she doesn't, I've got a winch on the front that'll help me winch her out. Now, people say to me, you know, Heavy, you take Swamp Donkey out in the middle of the marsh, and the answer to that would be true. I take her out in the middle of the marsh, I take her wherever I want to go with her, but I never go without a few supplies. And let's take a look about what Heavy has in Swamp Donkey's box here. Number one, I'm not going anywhere without my shovel. Now, you know, like I say, she's got 8 wheels, and she may be almost unstoppable, but almost is not unstoppable. So I always bring a shovel. Next thing is a ratchet strap. Now, I don't know why I bring a ratchet strap, but you know what? You won't need it until you need it. A short piece of chain. Put that around a tree, hook my winch to it, pull Swamp Donkey out. Some wire. Never go anywhere without wire. Besides, just think about this. What if Swamp Donkey was to leave me way back in the forest for days on end? It could be like Naked and Afraid, except Heavy and Afraid. PB Blaster. I'll never go anywhere without PB Blaster. This is not so much for when I'm out with Swamp Donkey, but when I come back, I like to give the tracks a good blow down with this here. Because, you know, you're taking her in salt water, so you got to protect her. A pry bar. This is just a carpenter's pry bar. But if I needed to move a track around or get something up and on, I can do it with a little pry bar. An oil can. Tin Man wasn't the only one that needed oil. Now, I travel with what I like to call the all-eighths wrench, because with this wrench I can take apart or tighten up just about anything I need to on the Swamp Donkey. But if I can't, I got a pair of vice grips. And vice grips, I tell you right now, with 2 vice grips and a cold chisel, you can build almost anything. I carry a stainless steel wire brush. Don't get a carbon steel brush if you're going to do something like this with your Swamp Donkey. Salt water eats them up, so you want to make sure you got a stainless brush. Pair of pliers and a punch. Now, I also carry with me at all times a bottle of water. Could be moonshine, but I'm telling you right now, it's water. I always carry with me a bottle of water. Nothing worse than getting hung up somewhere and not having some form of refreshment. So ladies and gentlemen, when I take Swamp Donkey out, that's what I carry with me, and that's where we're going. So today, we're going to go hang a few deer stands. So tune in, hang in there with me, and let's go hang a few deer stands here today. Alright YouTube, now I'm getting ready to hang my deer stands, and right now I'm scouting out to see where I might want to put them. You can see right now I'm overlooking a soybean field, and this soybean field has got a ditch that runs down along the side of it. Now traditionally in my area, the wind will come from the south-southwest, and so I want to put my stands usually on the northeast side of the deer trail, deer cam. So in this case, maybe that piece of woods over there might be my better choice since it's on the north end of this field. A couple other things too I want to take into consideration. Another is the sunrise. Now this field is definitely facing east. So if I put my stand over here, I'm going to have the sun first in my face first thing in the morning. Now this would be a great afternoon stand, no doubt. Let's go take a look at some other spots. Alright YouTube, let's take a look here. We're looking down the edge of this ditch. Now this ditch borders that soybean field we just looked at, and this is a really nice shooting lane down here to intercept them as they cross from the woods into the bean field. But you can see, if you take a look here, you can see that there's not really a whole lot of places I can hang a deer stand here, especially if I want to keep it on the northeast side. There's a nice looking gum tree right there, nice and straight. Could put a lock on or a climber on that maybe, huh? I like to hunt off the ground too though, so I like to keep that in consideration too. Let's go take a look. Come on, let's go out to the pasture. Okay, here we are. We're at the pasture here. This is a pasture tucked out in the middle of the woods, surrounded by cornfield. I've taken some really nice deer out of this area right here. Matter of fact, sitting right there with that tree one day, I shot a nice buck. Take a look here. It's bonus time. He's interested. He thinks I got corn for him. Where would I hang a deer stand though here? See, the wind's going to be coming from the direction of that big tall tree there and blowing directly at us. So if I want to intercept the deer walking along the edge of that fence row there, this side's a really good place to consider putting a stand, I think. Well, I also know that that's going to be dead in my face with the sun at the end of the day. So if I want to hunt this spot in the afternoon, it's going to be kind of brutal. Now look over here. Look, see all these little trees here? This pasture I mowed off about a month ago, I guess. I left these trees in place. Now the reason being is because this is a sunny exposure. A big old buck will come and lay down behind those trees, and that way he can keep his eye on the pasture, the woods, and he'll have 2 or 3 avenues of escape. Right down there in that corner there. Right down there. There he sat one day, Mr. Big. Got him all over the place, huh? Alright YouTube, now this is one of my favorite in the forest hunting spots. Take a look around here, you can see like right over there a few years ago a big tree blew down, so it's nice and lit up. It makes a nice spot to see, and it starts getting dark in here. But look at how clear the forest is. From about 3 foot down, it's pretty clean. And I can sit on this stump or against that tree and shoot this whole forest, because there's a deer trail right over that way there. And also there's a corn pile in here with molasses that we keep for our trail cams to see what we got. Now we do not hunt over the corn pile. That's kind of like cheating, especially since I'm surrounded by corn and soybeans. But anyhow, it is a good place to put a pile so that you can see what you got coming through the woods, and I don't mind telling you, there's some nice deer coming through this woods. Let's go take a look and see what's on the corn pile. You know, the real nice thing about Swamp Donkey and hanging deer stands is that you can carry all your stuff at one time. Like on my four-wheeler, my pruning shears, my saw, my machete, my deer stand, my basket, all that would have to go on the back of my four-wheeler. But with this, I can put maybe 2, 3 deer stands in the back, my machete, my pruners, my saw. I also carry my little box there that keeps Swamp Donkey going. I got a little bit of sunflower seed there from my squirrels. And that's the nice thing about Swamp Donkey. You can carry 2 of your friends in the back and you in the front, a bag of decoys and even a dog, get out across that marsh or drop your buddies off at their hunting stands and then come pick them back up. Because, you know, there's nothing worse than having your buddies wandering around. You know, 8 o'clock, they're ready to get out of the stand, they're up, we're walking around. It's good for you for shooting deer, but it's not so good for them walking around. God, I love this place. I think I found a tree. I'm going to take my stand over and see if I can't put it up. Alright YouTube, I think I found the tree that I want. This is a lock-on stand. It's not a climber. And I'm going to put it about 2.5, 3 feet off the ground because I can see all through this forest here. Not only that, but gravity and my fat ass has a little something in common, and I keep wanting to fall out of trees. So now that you're into the woods, or hopefully before you ever left home, you've taken and given your deer stand a once over. You've checked all the nuts, you've checked the cables, you've checked to see that the welds are nice and tight still, nothing is cracked, nothing's broken, and you found the right tree that you want to put your deer stand on. So let's go ahead and take a look at this deer stand and lock it onto this tree so I can come back here a little later on, maybe with my muzzle loader, and do a little hunting in here. Stick with me. Alright YouTube, check it out. I got my lock-on stand onto the deer stand that I want to hunt, and check it out. They call them a lock-on stand for a reason. You'll see that they just attach to the tree, and then your weight actually holds it in place. It digs against the bottom of the tree like that. I got a place to sit down. I don't have to worry too much. Now let's take a look here. This is what I'm going to be seeing right here as I look through here. And you're going, but Jose, if it's that clear, how can they see you? How can they not see you? Well, I've set myself up into a dark area. There's an overhang of trees here, and let's see if you can take a look, see? But I've locked myself into this area here that's kind of dark, whereas out there all is light. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hanging with heavy, lock on deer stand hanging. That's right. And a little trip out in the Swamp Donkey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for tuning in to this crazy adventure. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. And if you like what you're seeing, share it with your friends. Go ahead and tell them. And until the next time, I'll see you on the YouTube. Bye now.